Hello, Good Shepherd, and we're back, or at least I'm back. Josh is probably out building something or breaking something and build something else or something like that, but he didn't make it here, which I kind of like, and I can run the show, but I appreciate that. It's nice to be here with you. If you want to know where we've been for the last couple of months, we're not really sure. I retired at the end of June, and it turns out somehow I got busy and distracted, and we took a little break. But we're back now. We have a couple different things that we want to talk about, including Holy Week and where we are with our various discussions about the future of Good Shepherd. We have a lovely guest here, Joanne Grew, joining in, filling in for Josh, obviously looking much nicer and much better on screen than Josh is, so we appreciate you being here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll start with Kartika. She didn't want to be on screen for some reason, but anyway, we're going to talk about Holy Week. Why don't you let us know?
Well, Holy Week starts technically this Sunday with Palm and Passion Sunday worship. That will be at 9 o'clock at Good Shepherd. We will have a community egg hunt after that. So if you have kids, no kids, or an adult who wants to go around hunting eggs, come on over. That egg hunt starts at 10:30. And then we go into Holy Week, and we are going to have our Maundy Thursday service on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at Good Shepherd. That will be a combined worship with two other congregations. On Friday, we will have our Good Friday service at St. Stephen, also at 6:30.
So no afternoon.
Good Friday
service.
Yep.
6:30. And no meals associated with any of these
Correct.
services.
Correct.
And on Palm Sunday, will we have a minister for communion, or will that be?
Yes, we will have communion on Palm Sunday.
And do we know who's presiding on Palm Sunday?
Pastor Asher is going to preside.
Oh, that'll be, I think, the first time he's been here.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been worshiping here, but
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
he has presided over communion before.
Perfect. So that's great. All right, and then on, getting distracted by somebody in the background here. And then on Easter Sunday?
On Easter Sunday, we have a sunrise service at 6 o'clock at Sylvan Hill. We have breakfast after the sunrise service at Good Shepherd, and then we have our indoor Easter service at 9 o'clock.
So one service in the building at 9 o'clock, and sunrise is at 6:30. And who's going to be leading that?
Pastor Nicole.
Perfect. Great. And if you have any questions, obviously call or email the office. I see in the background here, we have been joined by our very famous, much beloved member of our congregation. We're going to take just a quick break, and we'll be right back with you.
Okay, welcome back. I'm here now, a little late.
Will you support through? It's nice to have you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you
missed
for
you. I haven't
inviting
seen you
me.
here in a few months.
Has it been that long? I don't
6?
know, but it seems
Say,
like
Josh,
well, maybe not on podcast, but it seems like we miss Sundays. You're here and I'm not, and vice versa. So you've already talked to Joanne a little bit, introduced her, and I guess we've brought her in to go over the task force and where we're at with the whole consolidation plans, things like that. I know there was a big meeting this past Saturday here at Good Shepherd. Maybe talk about that, as well as who's on the task force and what churches are involved and where we're at.
Okay, I think I can do that. Members of our task force include Lori and Mike Sturzenegger, Jennifer Holcomb, Kay Walters, and then Paul and I. And this Saturday, we met very appropriately around the cross.
Oh,
And the table spread out. We had 2 members of the synod here, and then representatives from Good Shepherd, St. Stephen's, Emmanuel, and Pilgrim. Much of our discussion was centered on creating a covenant of communication. So in other words, the rules that we are all going to voluntarily follow in order to avoid miscommunication and kind of get rid of those rumors, which
Okay.
unfortunately we got caught in at one point in time and tends to be fairly disruptive. So we are creating a small communications team from each of those 4 congregations. There'll be 2 members of each, and Paul and Kay will be representatives from ours. And after every joint meeting, we will create a press release. So in other words, a document or a message that each congregation that's in that communication agrees upon. So any information that's shared then, both or all of those congregations have agreed that it's appropriate and right to share that. So hopefully with that covenant and our press release group, that will lead to some clearer and better communication between all of us.
Okay, communication is key.
Communication is
That's
key.
why we're kind of doing this, I guess, right?
There you go. And we continue to do
wonderful.
our monthly, our monthly town hall meetings. Every Sunday, we're sharing a message, even if it's a short one, saying we haven't done much or don't have much to tell you, but our goal is to be as transparent as possible and to share as much as possible, because this is not about us or the task force. This is about our entire congregation and, of course, all the ELCA churches in Wausau.
So, for those of you that don't know, I kind of jumped back on council as well, kind of thought this was a good time, kind of an exciting time for Good
Yes.
Shepherd and the other churches in the area, for our community. So in what we're doing with the other churches, are all 4 churches involved? I mean, I guess at the same point or different points?
No.
Okay,
Oh, no. Good Shepherd is ahead. We have been in conversation for quite a while. We have been asking some of those tough questions. We've been sharing information, and some of these other congregations are just starting that. So that's kind of why we feel the urge, we want to keep going. So that is a task force we're going to have to learn to slow down a little bit, not to stop, but to deepen and solidify more of our understanding and more of our communication back and forth, while some of these other congregations learn and do a little bit more. We're going to offer to help them in any way we can. We kind of feel that we were blessed to be put in a leadership position. Blame it on that July joint service, which was such a spirit-filled, energy-packed event. I think, at least for me, it made it very clear that God was putting us in a leadership spot.
So Emmanuel and Pilgrim have no minister like us, is that?
That is correct.
And First English?
First English is not a part of this
I mean, not
discussion right
English,
now.
I'm sorry, St. Stephen, I'm sorry.
They
Yeah.
do, Pastor Carolyn.
Yeah, so there's one pastor for the 4 of us at this point in time.
Correct.
Right. And Pilgrim and Emmanuel have been without pastors for quite a while also.
Defined quite a while.
Yeah.
They currently do not have pastors, from what I know.
Perfect. And there's no set, or what, we have no idea what the outcome of this will be at this point in time, or?
No.
We're just very early in this process.
Yes, we are very early in the process. Although we're further along than the other congregations,
Right.
we are really just starting.
I have a question for you, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be a good one, maybe not. But, what does the committee need from the congregation?
Excellent. Ask the questions, voice your concerns, share your comments. We try to approach people at coffee hour every Sunday, and I will sit down with somebody and say, what's happening? How do you feel? Share that. We've got a lot of questions that are going to be coming back towards the congregation that we have been charged to answer, so we want congregation input.
yeah, participation, I mean, you don't want to go through this and then people ask or say, well, we didn't know about it. Why didn't we get asked, right? I
Right,
mean, there's been a
right.
lot of opportunities out there, so if there is questions or concerns,
And I think it's a
Feel free.
good skill for us to learn to kind of step back and say, wow, Good Shepherd's pretty cool. We've done some neat things. We've got a vibrant congregation right now. You can feel the Spirit, you can see the Spirit, you can hear the Spirit when you're here. And we should celebrate that.
Yeah, and I do think we need leaders, and I appreciate, and I know everybody that I've talked to appreciates you guys stepping up and leading this at the council and at the committee level. That being said, we need a lot of good followers as well, which is, I think, also a difficult task sometimes to be a
Yes.
follower. You get anxious about, I don't know what's going on. Sometimes that's because there is nothing going on.
Exactly.
And sometimes because you can't share details, not because you don't want to, but because these are confidential discussions that, as you said, other congregations are in a different point, and you just can't share it. But I do think as followers, we also have to trust that our leadership has our congregation's best interests at heart. And sometimes that's difficult when you don't hear or don't know.
It is.
But I think it's sort of no different than trusting the Lord that we follow here.
That's right.
Sometimes we don't understand everything that He was trying to tell us either, yet we still just keep going forward.
Right.
So I do
Lead me.
think,
Direct
I do
me.
think this is a time to be it's challenging to be a follower, but I think we're going to need both sides of that, so. Cool. What else? Anything else on your mind?
Well, as far as the task force, I guess those were the main things I think we need to let people know about. Patience. We've
Absolutely.
been going through this process for quite a while already, and there has been people that have had great patience, and we still have to continue with that. Because, as you said, we're further along than other congregations, and it's not an easy road.
It's
Yeah,
not.
especially for me.
For you? Well, we'll really
That's
help
not
you
what I'm
through it.
famous for, but.
You don't have patience.
I think, no, I don't have patience, but it's all right. But it's all right, I'm working through it, and I guess maybe we'll wrap it up. I want to thank Joanne for coming in again.
You're
Thanks to
very
the committee.
welcome.
And we're looking forward to seeing everybody in Holy Week, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I'm ushering on Easter, so,
Be there.
okay.
I'll be here, and I'll be
Okay.
looking for Easter eggs on Palm Sunday.
Very good.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.